What's up, MS Gymmers? How you guys doing? Welcome to Motivation Monday. So we've spent the past couple weeks, or past few weeks, really going over this concept of overcoming your crisis of belief, which means having the tools, having the mindset, having the things necessary, the thoughts necessary, the paths and the guides necessary to overcome that crisis of believing that something new, that you can have something new, you can have something better, you can have something preferred. And in the case of the MS gym athlete, that's to have a life where your symptoms don't attack you, a life where your symptoms don't take away from your time with your family, a life and a future that includes dreams and visions and fulfillment of the things in your life that you want, that were once told, or that you were once told could never happen again. So in the MS gym, we are not only a platform for movement, but we're also a platform for mindset. We're also a platform for education. And we're also a platform for changing the way that you believe and overcoming that crisis of belief that happens so often with a chronic condition or illness, right? That says you can't have more than this. This is your future. This is where you will sit. This is where you will die. And we don't put up with that in here. We overcome. We are a group of overcomers. We are a family of overcomers. We are a team of MS gym athletes searching for those championships, searching for those wins, expecting that we'll have some losses and prepare ourselves to make adjustments to correct the mistakes that we made during our losses, and also be prepared to celebrate the victories that we attain together as a family and as a team. So for the next 10 weeks, we are going to go over a concept of I will versus I won't. And I'm going to go over 10 different distinctions between an MS Worrier and an MS Worrier. Okay? The distinction between an MS Worrier and an MS Worrier. So for today, the first, or I guess I could say number 10, because we're going to count this down. So I'll say number 1, but whatever. All right. So let's start off with, today we are going to say, I will, as an MS Gym Worrier, I will follow my decided heart. I won't be driven by a deceived mind. So we speak a lot about, or I speak a lot about, warriors and battle and all that kind of stuff in the MS gym quite often, because whether you want to admit it, talk about it, whatever, you are in a battle because you are living. MS is a fight. It doesn't mean that you have to walk around angry and all keyed up and defensive and stressed out that at any moment you're going to get attacked, because that's not reality. But MS is a fight. MS is a series of battles. MS is a war, but you are fully capable of winning those battles, winning the war, despite some losses and defeats along the way. And when we think about the MS Gym Worrier, I want to really define that right now. So when I say an MS Gym Worrier, that is not 100% all the time aggressive, angry, ready to fight, defend, or on the defense, ready to attack, walking around where are you, where are you, where are you, when is this going to happen? Because that's just adding to your threat bucket. I want you to change your perception of warrior for a sec and really think about this. When you really think about the greatest warriors in history or in the movies or whatever else it is, the bad guys, the villains, are the ones that are aggressive, alpha, always ready for attack and trying to conquer all the time. The heroes, the protagonists, the ones that you want to root for are the ones that are they're just fighting for their way of life. They are fighting for peace. They are fighting because their family, their land, their country, themselves are under attack. And their whole sense of well-being and their whole sense of their life is being threatened. So they fight. But that's not them. They're not walking around ready to fight all the time. They're not looking around. They're not walking around looking to pick a fight. In fact, warriors, true warriors, are filled with things like love, wisdom, peace, faith, and freedom. And there's a really cool word that is used a lot in the Christian Bible, and that is called the word meek. The meek shall inherit the earth. Jesus was described as meek. And everybody walks around and they're like, oh, he was just some long-haired hippie dude that was all peace-loving and pacifistic and all this kind of stuff. But if you truly look at the definition of the word meek, it is controlled strength or power under control, discipline. That you use your power when you need to, but you don't use your power when you don't need to. So to be defined as meek is not a little mouse cowering in the corner. It's not someone being like, oh, don't hit me, whatever. It is literally like, you can keep hitting me all you want, like you can give me your best shot, but when it's time for me to unleash on you, I will unleash the full power within inside me on you. Because I'm going to be under control, and I'm going to know when the right time to fight is. I'm going to know when the right time to get aggressive is. I'm going to have the wisdom to know when to use my weapons of war against you, my adversary, because it's time to fight. That is a warrior. A worrier is someone who walks around angry, bitter, confused, frustrated, offended, skeptical, cynical, offensive. Because why? They are driven by fear. Worriers are driven by fear. Worriers are the villains that you see in the movie. Worriers are the villains that are attacking and overtaking everybody else because they're so afraid of losing their status and their power and their wealth and their title that they are the ones that are out of fear attacking and being the aggressor and being the conqueror and being the ones that we need to get control over everything. Otherwise, someone's going to take everything from us. That's a worrier. You, the MS Gymmer, are a warrior. So you can choose today, right? You can choose and say, I will be peace-driven or I will be fear-driven. I will be a peace-driven, peace-filled warrior or I will be a fear-driven, fearful aggressor, worrier. And the person that most warriors are aggressive against is themselves. And everybody around them that tries to help them out. The worriers are so worried that they're going to put their faith in someone, their trust in someone, or they're going to believe in something, and they're going to be let down, that they defend themselves at all costs. They always have to be right. They always have to have the upper hand. They always have to have the rebuttal. They always have to tell it like it is. Because they're so worried that the truth is out there, and the real truth may not be the truth that they've been living. So the thing is, you guys, is that warriors trust the wisdom in their heart. Wisdom comes from education. Wisdom comes from seeking out knowledge and then applying that knowledge and having experiences. With those experiences come victories and also come failures. And the greatest warriors are the ones that have failed and failed and failed and failed and failed and failed and learned every single time. You fail forward, which means you become stronger. You fail forward, which means you become wiser. You fail forward, which means you become a better, stronger, quicker, faster warrior against the battles in your life, which are typically inside of you, which I will cover here in a sec. Now, warriors, because they're so fear-driven, They're always on the defensive, looking to make sure that their world doesn't fall apart. That worriers walk around and they actually make things worse for themselves. When you're a skeptic, when you're a cynic, when you're a doubter, when you constantly have to be handheld, when you constantly don't have confidence in your path, you don't have confidence in your coach, you don't have confidence in your community, you don't have confidence in the decisions that you've made, you don't have confidence in the information that's being given to you because it's too good to be true, then what happens is that you just stay in the mediocrity of your misery. You stay in the status quo of your pain. And you will never move forward, and you will just keep walking around that same mountain, never actually climbing it to see what's on top. Because you are constantly walking around the valley, or around the mountain in a valley. Your heart cannot trust. Your heart cannot love. Your heart doesn't even know what peace is, because true peace is confidence in the knowledge that you have, in the weapons you can use, and the wisdom to know when to use them and when to not. So a peace-filled warrior is way more dangerous than a fearful villain. So here's the thing, you guys, like, warriors know that there is a constant battle between our hearts and our minds. Your heart, MS Gymmers, is your spirit. Your heart is the thing that when you are quiet, alone with yourself, truly thinking about the things that matter in your life, what you want your life to be, what you want your family to be, what dreams you want to accomplish with yourself, with the ones that you love, the life that you want to create. Your heart, your spirit is the force inside of you that will lead you to the truth and the destiny that you were created for. And warriors know that the adversary to that is your mind. Your mind is the thing that can make or break you. How you think is the greatest weapon that you have in your life. It's the greatest asset that you have in your life. It is the greatest defender of your freedom in your life. But your mind can also be the most ruthless villain in your life, seeking to kill, steal, and destroy everything that you hold dear. See, the thing is, warriors know that we are in a fallen world. Warriors know that there is not a lot of positivity around us all the time. Warriors know that there is constant forces trying to take us out. Because people hurt us. We've been hurt by people, by our physicians, by our diseases, by our everything, by ourselves. And so there's a lot of negativity that we all as individuals need to overcome. And warriors know that creating a peace-filled, confident, wise, powerful mindset, a mindset that is powerful, peaceful, and productive, takes practice. Whereas warriors, they accept the status quo of the lies that are being told in their head. They accept the lies of people that hurt them in the past. They accept and they allow certain words that came out of their medical practitioner's voice about saying that you're going to end up in an assisted living home to live in their mind. So warriors constantly accept the status quo of the lies, the beliefs, the deceits, and the failures, and the constant bondage that the world tries to put on you. But the warrior knows. That's why we're warriors, right? We know that there's going to be a fight. You either sit still and let life happen to you, or you take action, you try to better yourself every day, you try to learn from your mistakes, you celebrate your success, you put effort into things that you love and you care about, and you make life happen. You happen to life. You happen to this world. You create and you design your life. You don't let a diagnosis tell you how to live your life. Again, I will follow my decided heart. I will not be driven by a deceived mind. I want you to think about 3 words. The words are heart, mind, and mouth. Heart, mind, and mouth. If you take the word heart and you take the H and the T off, what are you left with? Ear. E-A-R. And that word, you think about your heart and listening to your heart, listening to your spirit, listening to that part of you that says, I can, I am, I will. Get stronger, get more endurance, counteract MS, be a good spouse, be a good parent, live my life, not succumb to diagnosis, not believe the lies, not let MS take me down. You listen to that inner part of yourself, your heart that says, I am greater than MS. You do not listen to the things that try to take you down, the people that try to take you down. You listen to your own heart. You have an ear that's turned towards your heart to listen to it. That is what needs to drive you. The second word is mind, M-I-N-D. If you take off the M and you take off the D, the word left is in. You have to be very careful about what you let into your mind and what you keep in your mind. Because the minute that you allow bad thoughts, bad words, bad experiences, bad memories, bad prognosis, bad diagnosis, bad, evil, destructive, murderous things in your head, and you let them sit there, then you have a massive, you keep feeding the villain inside of yourself that battles with your heart. Because again, just remember, there's a battle between your heart and your mind all the time. And your mind can be used, like I said, as one of those powerful tools you have, but your mind can also be massively destructive. So be careful about what you let in. Be careful about what you keep in. And if you start to notice that your thoughts don't match up what you truly want in your heart, what you truly want for the vision in your life, what you truly want to design your life by, you need to cast them out. You need to reject them by attacking that, by filling your mind with good words, good messages, good exercise, good nutrition, good stress reduction, and good people. Surround yourselves with things that cause you to keep good things in, allow good things in, so you reject and you recognize, you reject and you banish the bad things in your mind. Because if you don't, when you start speaking your thoughts, they will truly show you the treasures in your heart. And the third word is mouth. If you take the M out and you take the TH off of the word mouth, you have the word out. I said this before, and I'm going to say this again. What you speak about, you will bring about. What you will have is what you say. What you will have is what you will have whatever you say. Let me say that again a couple times. You will have whatever you say. You will have whatever you say. If you don't listen to your heart, and you allow negative thoughts in your mind, and you reject the spirit inside of you and the positive belief inside of you because you outthink it, you out-cynicize it, you out-skepticize it, you out like whatever, you would out-argue it, out-debate it. The minute you start speaking words of bondage and pain and I can't and I won't and they say, it will become your reality. Words either bring life or words bring death. And I'd be very careful about what you speak out of your mouth. So think about those three words. Wisdom comes from knowing what is in your heart and turning your ear to it to listen. Wisdom comes from knowing that there is a battlefield in your mind and that whatever comes into your mind is either good or not good. And what you keep in your mind or what you let in your mind and you keep in your mind is how you will speak out of your mouth. If you let bad thoughts in your mind, you will speak bad thoughts out of your mouth. If you bring good thoughts in your mind and keep them in your mind and align them with your heart, the treasures of your heart will actually be spoken out of your mouth. You will bring life to the good things in your heart by speaking them out. You will bring death to yourself by focusing on the negative things in your mind and then letting those words become your reality. So like I said, you guys, the MS Gym Warrior says, I will be led and I will follow my decided heart. I will reject. I will not be driven by a deceived mind. Because here's the biggest thing, you guys. Like, the greatest wars on this planet are not fought by armies on the battlefields of earth. All wars start in a conflict in one individual between their heart and their mind. When someone's mind becomes so corrupt with power, with the desire and the want for control and power and prestige and just, I want the world to see me as famous and the greatest thing ever, then it rejects the heart, the humble, meek, controlled heart that says, you know this isn't right. You know that's not what life's all about. You know that you're going to hurt people along the way, and the mind's like, stop, I don't care, get out of here. I'm going to go conquer because I deserve it. I'm going to go conquer because I'm me, and I'm going to go do what I want to do because it's my life. And you reject that heart. You reject that purpose. You reject that goodness inside of you because your heart and your spirit, man, like, I believe that none of us really start out in this world evil. We make decisions and choices along the way that become destructive to ourselves and other people. And the thing is, you guys, is that the key, listen to this, the key to being free is knowing that you already are. The key to being free is knowing that you already are. Like, every single one of you has a choice. Like, MS doesn't have any bearings on your choices in a day. Do you realize that? Like, MS has no power over the decisions and the choices that you make. You're already free. Like, you literally have to choose to walk into the prison cell of MS, just that you can, but you can equally choose to walk out of that prison cell. You have the freedom to choose to think positively and to believe that you can heal and to stay focused on your exercises and to trust that me and the rest of the MS Gym has given you everything you need and that you have the choice to take ownership over your movement practice and your mindset training and your community building. But you also have the choice not to do that. And the hard part about MS is that it gives you so much negative physical evidence that you can't win. When your foot doesn't work, when you're like, well, I watched the interview with Selma Blair, and her voice is so off and on, like she has dystonia, right? Or like her voice. She's an actress. She's an actress. Like her tool is her mouth and her ability to deliver emotion and create a story by the words that she says. And yet MS is attacking her one thing that is her. There's physical proof that MS is winning. There's physical proof that MS is winning when your foot doesn't lift or you lose control and you wet yourself or have a bowel movement and you didn't mean to. There's physical proof when you just can't go out and you're just done and you need to take a nap. There's physical proof when you can't think of the next word that MS is getting you. So the thing is, if you've lived with MS for a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, there's a lot of years of physical proof saying that MS cannot be beaten. In order to counteract that, guess what you need to start doing? You need to start picking your path, following the path, and applying effort into changing and building an entire portfolio of physical, emotional, spiritual, relational proof that says that MS can be beaten. MS can be counteracted. MS cannot win anymore. But if you don't start taking action, that body of evidence saying that you can't will always outweigh the body of evidence saying that you can. So at the beginning of your MS journey, you have to have a lot of faith, a lot of belief, because you are blindly stepping into a path that you have never known with a coach that you may have just met with a bunch of MSers that tell you that you can do it, yet you are in this crisis of belief thinking and saying, yeah, but can I? The only way that you're going to find out is to take a chance. The only way that you're going to find out is to be a peace-filled warrior. The only way to find out is to start studying the MS Gym. Start studying your weapons. Start studying your mind. Start documenting what you think and what you speak. Start really examining your heart and finding out what you want. Be very aware of the negative things that take you out from the inside. Be very aware of the negative things that will pull you out of your happy place from the outside. Reject them, distance yourself from them, and shut them out. And then focus on that little voice inside you that says, maybe I can heal. Maybe I can do this. Maybe this is working. Maybe this is just a setback. Maybe this is processing. Maybe I should focus on my victories instead of where I'm at right now, feeling like a victim. You guys can do this. Whether you're just starting, whether you're in the middle of a victory, whether you're in the middle of a challenge, you can do this. The fact of the matter is, you guys, is that in life you are either in a storm, you are coming out of a storm, or you're preparing for the next storm. And if you think that you're going to go through and you're going to be in the MS Gym and be with the MOC and be with Coach T, and all your problems are going to go away and all your symptoms are going to go away and everything in MS is just going to go away, you are going to be you are going to be disappointed. Because I cannot do that. You can, like, your MOC cannot do that. There is no program on the freaking planet that can just magically make your body work better if you don't believe it can. It is empty. We will all go through the storms. My job as your coach is to help you get through your storm, pick you up and assist you as you're recovering from your storm or coming out of it, and then give you the tools while we're in the middle of sunshine and happiness and we're preparing for that next winter, that next hurricane, that next tornado, that next blizzard. When we're in that state where everything is sunshine, warm, and happy, that is when we are going to attack. That is when we're going to learn how to use our weapons. So we are preparing our mind, preparing our bodies, preparing our spirit, our hearts for when that next storm comes. We are stronger, we are bigger, we are better, we are faster, physically, emotionally, and spiritually in ourselves, because we have more wisdom, because we learned from our past mistakes. We have created and developed ourselves into a stronger warrior, and we have more peace right now because we have more confidence in the wisdom that we've created by the experiences that we've gone through. So, gymmers, this is going to be a pretty powerful series. There's 10 of these. 10. And by the end of these, we're going to have all 10 written down. And you're going to frame that bad boy, put that on the wall with all your other documents I've created. So if you're struggling today with your heart and your mind and the words that are coming out of your mouth, watch this video again. Think about yourself. And just sit there, and when you start to doubt, and when you start to struggle, and when you start to feel like, I can't do this, I don't know if I can do this, can I really do this? I want you to sit there and be like, I am an MS Gym warrior. I am a MS Gym peaceful warrior. I know when to be quiet. I know when to be wise. I know when to fight. I know when to be powerful. My mind is full of power. My mind is full of peace. My mind is full of productivity because I am practicing this stuff daily. I will follow my decided heart that I will live a life by design. I will not buy into my prognosis or diagnosis and let it dictate my life, and I will reject the lies that have been created in my head by those who have hurt me and the ways that I have hurt myself. Be gone. That is the way of the MS Gym warrior. We are not MS Gym warriors anymore, because worry leads to anxiety. Anxiety leads to threat bucket. Threat bucket just causes your symptoms to keep spiraling out, and you will never get better. So I hope this fired you up today. I hope this brought some clarity to you. I hope this even helped you furthermore kind of realize that you do have decisions to make. You have choices to make. You're not going to get them right every time. You're not going to make the right decision every time. This takes practice. Like, I deal with this mindset stuff constantly. Like, I came from a house of worry. I was raised in a house of worry, you guys. I have a hard time with that. It's something that gets me often. I was raised in a house of worry. And in my house now, my home, Misty's in my home, we are trying to create a house of warriors. Peace-filled warriors. So I'm right along with you. I'm walking this path out with you. This next 10 weeks is going to be about you, but it's also for me as well, as your leader, as your coach, and the figurehead, and the one that is leading you out and through the darknesses of your world and into the light of your world. And along the way, hopefully we grab some people along the way and they join us on this movement, because we're moving forward. We will not stay down. We will not sit in our discomfort. We will not sit in our misery. We are locking arms and marching forward under a unified vision, unified front, saying that we will follow our decided hearts to the path of our healing and a future that we design. We will not believe the diagnosis or the lies that we have lived, because we are greater than that. We deserve to heal. We deserve to be loved. And we deserve to overcome MS. I love you guys. Thanks for being my family. Thanks for letting me lead you. Thanks for letting me trust you. I hope this message serves you well today, as it served me just delivering it. Like, I'm on the verge of tears right now, because I'm just realizing a lot of stuff about myself as I talk to you. So I'm going to get better as you get better. We're going to do this together, because I love you that much. And I love me that much. And I love all the people that don't even know about us yet. So let's get stronger together. I love you guys. Warrior on.